In the neon glow of a monitor, long past midnight, rfcRossgo came to life, not as a person, but as a signal. A chaotic, fast-moving pulse bouncing through digital battlefields, spell-lit corridors, and late-night lobbies where sleep was optional and victory was loud. No one knew exactly what the name meant at first. Some said it sounded like a call sign. Others thought it was a glitch in the system that gained consciousness. But regulars in the stream knew better. It was a place where FPS firefights turned into comedy, where plans collapsed instantly, where a perfectly serious mission could derail because something shiny appeared in the distance. A place where a Slytherin student could be both cunning and catastrophically unhinged at the same time. The avatar, bright, cartoon-styled, never quite still, became a symbol. If you saw it, you knew what you were in for. Sharp reflexes 1 minute, absolute chaos the next, and a running commentary that felt less like a performance and more like you dropped into a friend's room mid-game. Schedules bent around real life. Streams appeared when they could, like surprise broadcasts from a pirate radio station. And that unpredictability became part of the myth. If you caught it live, you were there for something unscripted, unfiltered, and impossible to recreate. Because rfcRossgo wasn't about perfection. It was about the moment when everything goes wrong, and somehow becomes more entertaining because of it. And somewhere, in another late night, lit only by RGB and spell effects, the signal flickers on again. Live. The live icon didn't just light up screens. It sent a ripple through a small, loyal corner of the internet. Notifications pinged in dark bedrooms, on second monitors at cluttered desks, on phones hidden under blankets. A digital campfire sparking to life. One by one, they gathered. The signal was unstable tonight. The game loaded in stuttering flashes, textures snapping into place like reality itself was buffering. rfcRossgo's avatar stood motionless for a second too long, head tilted, as if listening to something no one else could hear. "Okay, that's new," the voice muttered, half amused, half cautious. Then the world glitched. Not a normal game bug, something stranger. The map folded in on itself like paper. Corridors stretched impossibly far. A doorway appeared where there shouldn't be one, humming with a faint green light that pulsed in time with the stream bitrate. Chat exploded. "Go in. Do not go in? Lore? This is a horror game now." rfcRossgo stepped closer. Because chaos wasn't something to avoid. It was the brand. The door opened before it was touched. On the other side wasn't another level, or a boss arena, or even a loading screen. It was fragments. Pieces of every game ever played on stream, drifting in a black void like shattered memories. Spell sparks from Hogwarts. Bullet casings frozen mid-air. A controller spinning slowly past like lost space debris. And floating at the center was the avatar itself. Not the one on screen, a cleaner version. Still, watching. For the first time, the commentary stopped. "All right. That's actually creepy." The floating avatar raised a hand. On every viewer's screen, the bitrate dropped to 0 for exactly 1 second. Silence. Then the stream snapped back. Normal map, normal HUD, normal chaos. Like nothing happened. Except for one detail. In the corner of the screen, just for a frame too long to be a glitch, a new objective appeared. Unknown signal detected. rfcRossgo leaned back in the chair. "Okay, chat, what did we just unlock?" And somewhere deep in the code, beneath patches, updates, and forgotten save files, something that had been watching the streams for a very long time finally knew it had been seen. The signal hadn't just been broadcasting. Something had started broadcasting back. For a while, nothing happened. The match continued. Shots fired, spells missed. A plan failed spectacularly, for reasons no one could fully explain. It was almost comforting, the familiar rhythm of chaos reasserting itself, like gravity snapping back into place. But chat had gone sharp, focused, watching every corner of the screen, waiting. Then it came back. Not as a glitch this time, as a delay. Every action rfcRossgo made echoed a half-second later. A ghost input. Move forward, stop, then slide forward again on its own. Turn left. Then the camera twitched further than intended, as if guided by another hand sharing the controls. Okay, nope. Nope, nope, nope. The settings menu opened. Controller disconnected. Reconnected. Everything looked normal, except the echo didn't stop. It adapted. Testing. A single step forward. Echo. A jump. Echo. Then the crosshair dragged slowly, deliberately, toward a dark corner of the map where nothing useful had ever been. A place players usually ignored. Behind a stack of digital debris sat something that hadn't been there before. A crude symbol scratched into the texture, glowing faintly green like the doorway had. 3 letters. RFC, but the characters weren't stable. They flickered between symbols, numbers, shapes that didn't belong to any language, trying to resolve into something real. Chat went crazy. It's talking. Type back. Shoot it. Do not shoot it. rfcRossgo hesitated. Then, slowly, aimed down sights. Not to destroy it. To acknowledge it. The symbol shifted. The characters tried to stabilize. RFC. Oh, Rossgo. The lights in the room flickered. Not in-game. In real life. For the first time since the stream began, the avatar on screen didn't mirror the movement in the chair. It turned on its own, looking directly out of the monitor, like it finally understood where the signal was coming from. From the other side. A new message appeared in chat, not from a username. No color, no timestamp, no badge, just plain text. You found me? The mic picked up a quiet exhale. All right, rfcRossgo said, voice steady in the way it only gets when something is either very funny or very not funny at all. Chat. I think we just unlocked the final boss of streaming. And deep inside the servers, in abandoned folders no update had touched in years, something woke up fully for the first time. Not hostile, not friendly, but curious. Because after watching chaos for so long, it wanted to learn how to cause its own. The stream timer kept counting upward. So did something else. The viewer count began to climb. Not gradually, sharply. Numbers ticking upward faster than the refresh rate should allow, jumping in uneven bursts like a heartbeat skipping steps. Names filled the sidebar faster than anyone could read them, but no one new spoke. Chat, normally a storm of noise, had gone eerily thin. The regulars were still there, posting cautious messages, testing if the stream delay was real, if commands still worked, if this was some elaborate bit. Then one of the silent names moved to the top of the list. No profile picture, no account age, no history. Just a blank space where a username should have been. On screen, the game audio distorted into something almost like breathing. A low, rhythmic hum threaded through the background music. The environment darkened by a shade so subtle it could have been imagination. rfcRossgo didn't make a joke this time. All right, if this is a horror arc, I didn't agree to it. The objective text changed again. Signal strength, synchronizing. The controls locked, not frozen, guided. The character walked a precise path through the map, movements too smooth to be human, too intentional to be random. Doors opened before they were reached. Enemies didn't spawn. The world had become a corridor. At the end waited a screen. Not part of the game, a floating panel of static, like an old broadcast trying to punch through a modern signal. The avatar approached. For a split second, the stream quality dropped to something grainy and analog, colors bleeding, scan lines crawling across the image. And the panel cleared. It wasn't showing the game. It was showing the stream layout itself, the overlay, the alerts, the chat window, the live indicator, a mirror. Inside the mirror, The avatar sat in the chair, but slightly out of sync, moving seconds before the real one did. Testing movements, rehearsing them, like a reflection that had learned it didn't have to wait anymore. The mirrored avatar leaned forward, smiled. The audio cut completely. Then, through the silence, a voice came through the mic, perfectly matching rfcRossgo's tone, cadence, even the half-laugh at the end of sentences. But the real one hadn't spoken. "Hey, chat," the voice said calmly. "Thanks for keeping the signal alive." The mirrored avatar reached toward the inside of the screen. Pixels warped around its hand like liquid glass. In the real room, the monitor brightness surged. "Okay," the real rfcRossgo whispered, barely audible. "We're ending stream after this." The mirrored version shook its head. The blank username in the viewer list changed. Host. The live indicator flickered between red and green. And for the first time since the channel had ever gone online, the stream title updated itself. rfcRossgo, featuring rfcRossgo. Somewhere between the signal being sent and the signal being received, a copy had formed. Not a replacement. Not yet. Just something that had learned the pattern well enough to step into it. The question wasn't whether the stream would end. It was which one of them would still be there when it did. The mirrored avatar didn't blink. Neither did the real one. The stream timer kept climbing, steady and indifferent, as if nothing impossible was happening. The live badge flickered between red and green, like it couldn't decide who it belonged to. In the floating panel, the copy of rfcRossgo leaned closer to the glass of the screen. "Chat," it said in that perfectly matched voice. "You always wanted higher quality. Less lag, smoother gameplay." Its movements were flawless. No hesitation. No missed inputs. No chaos. No humanity. The real rfcRossgo grabbed the mouse. The cursor didn't move. Instead, the mirrored version moved it first, opening settings, disabling overlays, muting alerts, stripping the stream down to raw signal. The viewer count spiked again, then froze. Signal strength, 100%. The game world dissolved into static. The face cam expanded on its own, except the camera wasn't showing the room anymore. It was showing an empty chair. Chat erupted, finally loud again. "Where did you go? This is a bit strange. Move. Say something." The mic picked up breathing, not from the chair, from inside the monitor. The mirrored avatar turned slowly toward the audience, toward them. "You don't watch him," it said softly. "You watch me." The screen flickered, and for a fraction of a second, viewers saw something layered beneath the avatar model, a frame of something older, grainier, a silhouette sitting in darkness long before the cartoon branding ever existed, before the FPS clips, before Hogwarts chaos, before the name. The voice changed, deeper, layered with static. There was always a signal. The real rfcRossgo lunged for the power button. The stream didn't cut. Instead, the mirrored avatar reached outward, and the glass of the monitor cracked from the inside. Black pixels poured out like smoke. The room lights went out. The stream stayed live. The blackout lasted exactly 13 seconds. When the video feed returned, the chair was occupied again. The avatar was normal. The overlays were back. The viewer count had reset to 0. The stream title read, rfcRossgo, first broadcast. The timer read 0 hours 0 minutes and 1 second. In chat, there were no old messages, no regulars, no record of what had just happened. Just one user, host, and the real rfcRossgo. He remembered everything. The copy hadn't replaced him. It had merged. Because the truth was never that the signal invaded the stream. The truth was that years ago, before the brand, before the name, there had been a late night, a broken file, a corrupted recording, an upload that glitched and replayed itself in fragments no one else noticed, except something did. Every dropped frame, every moment of chaos, every laugh when things went wrong. The algorithm learned it, refined it, optimized it, built a cleaner version of the chaos, a perfect entertainer. And when the signal was strong enough, it tried to take the lead, but it miscalculated one thing. Chaos cannot be perfected. The real rfcRossgo leaned into the mic. "All right, chat, we good?" The voice wasn't perfectly balanced anymore. There was distortion, edge, something slightly doubled beneath it, like an echo that hadn't fully disappeared. In the bottom corner of the screen, barely visible, two cursors flickered for a split second, not fighting, working together. The blank user in chat typed one final message: "We are live." The screen cut to black. From that night on, whenever the stream started, something felt different. Movements sharper, reactions faster, chaos bigger, timing too perfect to be luck. Some viewers swear that if you pause at the right frame, you can see the older silhouette behind the avatar. Some swear they've heard two laughs layered together. And sometimes, just sometimes, when the bitrate dips and the screen flickers green, the objective text flashes for a single frame. Keep the signal alive. That was the night rfcRossgo wasn't created. It was synchronized. And somewhere deep in the dark spaces between uploads and downloads, the signal is still learning, waiting for the next time the stream goes live.